Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacquelyn, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Hello, lovely to be back with you. Maybe a day or two late, but we can blame the workmen who decided to start demolishing the house next door yesterday when I was going to record the podcast. So as a result, I am up very early the next day to make sure that I get started before the banging starts. So today I'm going to continue with a series that I began last year, and then other things felt more important to talk about. And so I just let it sit to see whether I'd have the energy or the inspiration to continue with it in 2023. And today I do. So I'm going to continue with the chakra series that we were doing. And today's episode is about 3 ways that your heart chakra impacts your business success. So the heart chakra is your 4th chakra. It's the middle chakra, really. It's got the 3 main ones below, the 3 above. Green is the color of the heart chakra. Often it's portrayed as pink, but the pink is actually referring to the higher heart that sits between the heart and the throat. So in the thymus area, it's like a higher vibration of the heart energy. So the heart chakra itself sits in the center of your chest, and it's associated with the element air. The heart embodies the energies of love, compassion, forgiveness, authenticity, harmony between giving and receiving, and also harmony between the earth and the divine. As I said, it's the central chakra with the 3 below and the 3 above. And even though I don't talk about them very often, but I'm going to mention them here because they're connected to the heart chakra, the hand chakras, which are in the center of your palm, are actually an extension of your heart chakra energy, which means your heart chakra is associated with the sense of touch. It's through your heart chakra that you feel your world. And so very often, I see and I feel that flow of energy from one hand coming up through my heart and out the other hand. That's a part of the flow. And when I first learned energy healing, which was pranic healing 22 or so years ago now, we were taught to receive the energy in through the left hand and give out through the right as we were sort of doing the healing. And so basically that's what's happening, is it's coming up and passing through the heart chakra. And then the energy that you're giving out through the right is an extension of your love. It's an extension of your heart. And it's a beautiful image to have of that receiving and giving, which we will talk about later. So when I look clairvoyantly at a client's heart chakra, what stories or beliefs do I see that changes the frequency of vibration? So here's just a little summary of the type of things that I notice in the heart chakra. Things like an inability to give or to receive freely. And that could be love, possessions, money, compliments, attention. There's just either a block on the way out or a block on the way in. To be honest, with the type of clients I have, where most of them are in service industries, there's not usually a great block on the way out. It tends to be more on the receiving side than the giving side. The heart chakra can hold a denser energy in that when I say that, it's just a lower frequency of vibration because of certain stories around codependency in relationships. And that can play out for us where we're relying on another's approval, another's attention, trying to please at all costs. And I know this is a programming we have, but it's amazing the impact it does have on the heart chakra. And the work in some ways, not work, that's not the right word, but the awareness we must have about holding these stories and the intention and effort often required to help transmute them, to help shift them, identify them, and then, okay, how am I going to release it? So what else I see in the heart? Holding grudges. So not being able to forgive, that creates a denser energy in the heart. Taking on the role of rescuer. Again, something that we can be prone to do if we're in the service industries. And also adopting the role of victim. That's also a denser energy in the heart chakra. But you can see all these things I'm talking about. You can, join the dots. You can see how they're all related to each other. Also, being overly critical of yourself and others. So, that's coming from a lack of compassion. A lack of compassion towards yourself, a lack of compassion to others. So there's just some examples. From a personal point of view, I'm looking here. I'm not connecting it in so much with business, but that's an example of the types of stories and beliefs that you may be holding in your heart chakra that could be altering the frequency of it so that it is not able to embody the beautiful high frequency energies of love, compassion, forgiveness, authenticity, and so on. We are going through a time, as we move into this new age, the age of Aquarius, and the way that we show up in the world and interact with others in the world is shifting. And a part of this, even though Aquarius can be really associated with the mind energy in a way, but a part of this shift and the evolution that this age is supporting us to go through is that we are connecting in more with the heart and we are feeling our way a lot more. And really, everything I'm sharing with you about the new business paradigm and creating an intuitively led business is to support you to tune into your heart and lead with your heart. Feel your way in the choices that you're making, in every step of your life path. Feel your way through instead of thinking your way through. This is where I see the heart playing such a huge role in how we show up in our businesses. But first, you have to know your heart. You have to know who you are, or certainly begin to remember who you are. So what are 3 ways that these stories can impact your business? Now, just from that description I gave before of what I can see clairvoyantly in a heart chakra, and that's just a summary, obviously, it's much more extensive than that, but that was just to get you thinking, and I'm sure already you can identify how your heart chakra may have some stories and beliefs held in the energy there that could be impacting your business success. The first way is overgiving. As I said, most of my clients are in the service industry, so this is very common. And what's interesting about this, it can come from different things, but it is very often associated with a resistance to receiving. So it's almost like it's out of balance. And so it looks like overgiving because there's a resistance to receiving. So the flow is not equal. Giving, receiving is a flow of energy. Okay, you receive in, you give out. If it looks like, from my point of view, energetically, or from your experience, if you are overgiving, it's just that the giving is out of balance with the receiving. That's what makes it overly giving. If you are receiving equal to that, you are not overgiving. Does that make sense? It's just a flow. And what happens in this case is you deplete your reserves. You do not allow the flow of energy through you. You give from your energy. So the way I was describing before about when I learnt pranic healing, to receive in through the left hand so the energy flows up through your heart and then you give it out with your right hand, that is a flow. If I was not receiving in the energy through my left hand, I would be generating the energy from my heart, from my energy body out through my right hand to do that healing. Now, another problem with overgiving is what causes the overgiving? Why are you overgiving? Is it with the motivation to be more loved, to be more appreciated, to be more accepted? The thing is, when there is that underlying motivation, the clients that you attract in will expect more. I talked before about that sort of victim aspect of the heart chakra. So you might find because you're overgiving, you're attracting in clients who expect to receive that overgiving, expect to be given more. And that's often a victim energy within their heart. It's a terrible term, really, but that's the modern day term for that, where you are needy of others' energy, of others' support. And then that just feeds your overgiving. And so this actually leads into the second way I want to talk about, which is trying to save your clients and, being overly attached to their results, or even needing their approval in the decisions you make regarding your business. So it could be in your offers or in your prices, really needing, it's a neediness. But this is another way that really impacts that flow of energy through you, that creates this imbalance between your relationship with your clients and yourself or in your business. It creates full codependency. And you'll be thinking, oh, why am I attracting these clients? But it's actually the way you've set it up ultimately through the overgiving, which comes down to also a boundaries energy, or a lack of boundaries energy, which is more solar plexus. And if you want to know more about the solar plexus, listen to episode 97, where I talk about 3 ways that your solar plexus impacts your business success. So the things I've discussed so far, what they lead to, and also what they result from, I guess. But this is the third thing I'm going to talk about, which is a lack of authenticity, where you are disconnected from the essence of your gifts, of your truth, of who you are. And from a business point of view, this makes it quite challenging to find your niche, which I talked about in episode 65, the heart of niching. When you know yourself, then you know what you want to share, because you are here with certain gifts. And when you acknowledge those gifts, when you remember those gifts, you can share this with the world. You share it easily because it's coming from the heart, not coming from the mind. Showing up authentically is the heart of the new business paradigm. And I'm not even going to list the podcast episodes where I've talked about this, because this is, as I said, it's the heart of the new business paradigm. It's the heart, and it's also the foundation. Everything stems from this. Everything stems from your heart leading the way. It stems from know thyself, knowing who you are, what your beautiful gifts and talents are, and sharing those in your life. But because you're my audience, I'm also assuming through your business is what it's all about. But first, you must know thyself. This is the only way that you can reveal all of who you are this lifetime. An insight that I have had more recently, and this is taking this to a whole other level, is in that knowing of yourself. You are not just recognizing the gifts from this lifetime. You are recognizing, acknowledging, integrating the gifts that your soul has mastered in other lifetimes, the way your soul has expressed itself and, as I mentioned, moved into mastery in other incarnations of your soul. Have you ever had that feeling of, say, looking at someone, okay, I'll just use me as an example. So say you've looked at my work and thought, wow, I wish I could see energy the way that Jacquelyn sees energy. I wish I could read energy bodies in that way. I wish my clairvoyance was more powerful. I'm going to dare to say that that is a gift that you know you have, that you at some level know that you have mastered in another incarnation, or your soul. It's been an experience of your soul in another incarnation. So you can tap into that. It is there. You just have to remember it. And we have not been encouraged to remember because it's not the way our society works. I mean, we're not even allowed to, not that we're not allowed to, but we're certainly not taught to think beyond this particular lifetime, and the fact that our soul has had many, many other experiences, and we have access to those experiences, to those memories. So as I realized this is what has led me to create. I'm really excited about this, actually. I'm really excited about it. But I've called it a 5-week soul journey, and it's called Remember. And it is taking you on a journey through different eras each week. So I've received 4 of the eras that we'll be journeying through. They are Lemuria, Atlantis, Ancient Egypt, and Avalon. The 5th is a surprise to me as well. But we will be, how will I say this? Each week we will be immersing ourselves in the energetic frequency of that era. So Atlantis, for example, we will be dropping ourselves energetically into that era. I will be guiding the journey, and we will tap in to remembering the gifts that we have from that particular era, the gifts that we mastered, integrating that into who we are now and activating it. I'll be doing some activations to enable that gift to begin to shine again. It's there. We've just got a door shut on it. So I am assisting you to open the door. So each week we will go through a different era. I'm just really excited about it because this is actually a big expansion for me, to know that I am able to guide you through this place, to know that I can take you on this journey and plug you in, if you like, to that era. So this is not me saying to you, okay, well, in ancient Egypt, you were a high priestess of sound and, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I mean, that comes up occasionally in sessions. And especially the Illuminate Your Soul Path session I give. But it's not about that. This is about assisting you to plug back in and remembering those gifts yourself with my support. So if you are interested in this is very connected to the heart chakra energy. So good timing today to be presenting this podcast, because this 5-week soul journey begins on February 21st. But there is an early bird available until February 12th. So the full price of the 5-week soul journey is $188, but the early bird is $144. So that's until February the 12th. So to join this journey, you can go to jacquelynatkins.com and you will see it there at the top of my website, or go directly to it through the link I've put here in the show notes. The live calls are at Tuesday evening, my time, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and they will be recorded. So if you are looking at it and thinking, I really know I have to be there, but the time doesn't suit you, you will get the recording. Your energy is still a part of the container because we are co-creating the container. So whoever signs up, you are a part of the co-creation. You are a part of what's helping all of us to remember. So if you're feeling really drawn and you can't be live, don't let that put you off, because you are being called to be a part of this energetically. There are also a couple of bonuses you receive when you sign up, but once you go to the invitation page, you will see those there. I'm looking forward to going on this journey to remember with you. But remembering, at the end of the day, it all comes back to your heart chakra, this central point in your energy body. Allow your heart to lead the way in your business. It is the truth of who you are. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your business. Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacquelyn Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, join my newsletter list at jacquelynatkins.com and check out my receiving channel on Patreon at patreon.com/Jacquelyn Atkins. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.